He was born into wealth, raised in love, until death took his mother, and betrayal crept in. His father's new wife saw him not as a son, but as a threat. Thrown out, forgotten. He walked the streets. He cleaned, carried, and suffered. But fate wasn't finished with him yet. Confident and determined, the boy no one believed in. He's coming back. Powerful, steady. Not for revenge, but to rise. Thrown out by family, rescued by a stranger, his comeback will shock you. He was the son of the house, born into a world where wealth and love seemed endless. Franklin was a bright boy, full of laughter and hope. The light of his mother's eyes can reveal the joy the family had. Franklin, childlike, cheerful, asked, "Mama, will you teach me to dance today?" Mother, warm, loving, said, "Of course, my son. You will dance like the wind." Franklin, a bright, humble teen, hugs his mother, elegant and nurturing. The mother said while placing a pricey charm bracelet on his wrist, "No matter how far life throws you, come back to your heart. It will guide you." Franklin, "I promise, Mama. I'll make you proud." Michael waves goodbye, then turns to walk into the school with a bag slung over his shoulder. In those days, the mansion echoed with joy, a place where Franklin felt safe, cherished, and whole. But fate, ever unpredictable, had a different plan. When Franklin was just 17, sickness came to steal his mother away, leaving a silence no fortune could ever fill. Then one fateful morning, Mr. Ware, an office attendant, came knocking at the door of Franklin's classroom. "Madam Jennifer, good morning." "Mr. Ware, anything the matter? You look sad this morning." "Nothing much, Madam Jennifer. The headmaster wants to see Franklin." "Okay, Mr. Ajia." Then Franklin, without hesitation, walked straight to the headmaster's office. "Good morning, sir," he asked. "I'm fine, come in." The headmaster, Mr. Stevens, still fidgeting and confused at what he should tell Franklin. Franklin asked, "Sir, you asked for me. Anything the matter?" "Because teacher Jennifer is teaching literature and I don't want to miss every single bit of her lesson." Mr. Steven, hesitant, said, "Don't worry. The thing is, your dad has called me 20 minutes ago." Franklin interrupted. "What did he say?" Mr. Steven, murmuring, It's. I know it may sound bad, but take heart." Franklin, curious. Tell me." "Your dad said your mother has passed away due to a car accident an hour ago." "What?" Franklin, confused and heartbroken, screamed aloud in the office, crying, "Mama, why did you leave me?" He collapses in tears. The village filled with sadness, Franklin's life shattered. His mother was laid to rest. Franklin and Mr. Doki, the father, drove back to the city to start a new life again after his wife's passing. Life after his mother was not a simple one. A boy who could come home, finds everything ready, was now forced to start cooking for himself. Then one day he came home, the serene compound silent, birds singing. He entered in and got nothing to prepare for dinner. Confused of where to start from, he rang his dad. "Dad, everything is finished. What will I prepare tonight?" Mr. Doki told him he has traveled for a business meeting in Port Harcourt and will be back the following day. Franklin, annoyed, went to his bedroom and slept. When the morning bell sounded, Franklin, so hungry because he never ate the food the previous night, decided to go to school. Then in the afternoon he heard a car hooting. "Pipe your pipe." Happy he knew that the father was back, Mr. Doki drove in. TV on in the living room. He knew Franklin could have not gone to school. Doki called. Franklin, yes daddy, why are you home? You should be at school at this time." Franklin responded. "Dad, I had no energy to go to school because I slept hungry." Doki said, "Sorry son. Prepare, we go get something out to eat." Mr. Doki and Franklin drove out to a nearby restaurant of Mrs. Diana. "Good afternoon, madam, how are you?" Could you please get us something to eat? We are badly off. Diana said okay, sir. Afterwards they went home. Days passed by, with Franklin as the main cook in the house. Sometimes he comes late tired with homework to do. Then one day Mr. Doki suggested to Franklin, "Would it be a bad idea if I get a house help for us?" "Yes, Dad. That is a good idea." Then one afternoon as Mr. Doki was coming back from work, he passed by Mrs. Diana's restaurant. "Hello, madam." Mrs. Diana responded, "Hi, sir. What can I offer you this afternoon?" "No, madam, I need to talk to you. But it seems you are too busy. Maybe you can have my number and call me later." "Is it something urgent?" Diana asked. "No, if you are done. Then you can call me." Then that evening Diana called and unfortunately there was no available house help that she could give Doki, but promised to get one if she finds. Several days passed, then one evening Mr. Doki asked Diana for a date. Doki said, Diana, you are such a humble woman with a golden heart. I lost my wife recently but I would love to get your hand into marriage. Diana paused, just like that. Yes, Jew. Ever since I lost my wife, we have been having trouble running the house chores. I needed somebody like a woman figure to help us, but have failed. Hope you will make a good wife. After 2 months, Doki and Diana married and Diana moved to Mr. Doki's house. Emma, Doki in his 40s, stern, wealthy, sits at the head of the table. Diana, 30s, flashy and cold-eyed, sits beside him. Emma, Doki. Franklin, this is Diana. She's your new mother. Diana smiles without warmth. We'll be a happy family. Turning the father's heart. Diana poisons Mr. Okello's mind, claiming Michael is rebellious. Michael opens a dusty door to find his belongings dumped in a small servant room. Diana. You're a man now. Live like one. Diana dramatically accuses Michael. Diana. My jewelry is gone. He stole it. Mr. Doki storms in. Emma, Doki. Is this true? Franklin. I would never. Diana. He's lying. Mr. Doki slaps Franklin. Emma, Doki. Leave. This is no longer your home. That night, a heavy storm rages as Michael is chased out with a small bag and the clothes on his back. Rejected and cast out, Franklin stepped beyond the gates of his childhood home. A boy with nothing but a small bag and a heart full of unanswered questions. The world outside was harsh and unforgiving, far from the sheltered halls of the mansion. He was no longer a son of wealth, but a shadow among strangers. Days turned to nights as Franklin struggled to survive. Cleaning floors, washing cars, carrying heavy crates. Every job, no matter how small, was a step in a long, hard journey. David, tired, breathless. Please, just a little more time. I can do this. His clothes grew threadbare, his hands calloused and bruised. But the fire inside him refused to die. Lonely nights found him beneath the city's unforgiving skies, dreaming of a day when the gates would open for him again. Just when the world seemed darkest, a light appeared. A stranger, WH. Then one evening one Mr. Charles came shopping for groceries at his usual supermarket, next to where Franklin sells eggs. Franklin, a humble man, saw how the aged Mr. Charles was struggling to put his groceries into the car. Franklin, a humble, kind and respectful boy, stepped forward toward Mr. Charles. Good evening, sir. Can I help you? Yes, son, thank you. Then that day Mr. Charles left. But on his way he was thinking, how can a stranger who was busy with his things abandon his business and come help him? God will bless this boy someday. The following day Mr. Charles came back shopping. Destiny had it that Franklin's life would change that day. When Mr. Doki was done with his shopping, his home key fell off accidentally. Reaching home and confused, he went back. Franklin, on seeing Mr. Charles, hurriedly rushed towards him. Good evening, sir, are you looking for something? He asked. Yes, I lost my key. Franklin interrupted. I got it, but it was hard for me to reach you out by then. But something in me said you might come looking for it. Charles, very happy, said thank you, son. May God bless you. Charles reached out to his car and handed him his address. Tomorrow I want you in my office at 10 a.m. Here is the address. Franklin, still confused and happy, wondering what Mr. Charles could be having for him in store. The following day, at 10 a.m. Franklin reached Charles' office. Good afternoon, sir. Wow, Charles said. Thank you for what you did to me. But can I ask you something? Franklin said, okay, sir. Would you mind working for me as a gateman? Franklin, happy and seeing the ray of hope again, said, yes, sir. Okay, tomorrow come home and begin immediately. Okay, sir. Early morning, Franklin reached out to Mr. Charles and started working. Then one day Mr. Charles was heading to his office for work. He got Franklin reading a book. He paused and asked, you like reading? I can see. Yes, I do, sir. Then they had a chat and Franklin told Mr. Charles his story. Franklin's life changed the moment the stranger offered a hand. A wealthy man named Mr. Charles, who saw not a lost boy, but a seed waiting to grow. Mr. Charles, gentle, commanding. You have potential, Franklin. But it's up to you to seize it. Under Mr. Charles's guidance, Franklin was given more than shelter. He was given education, discipline, and a purpose. He studied by day, trained by night. No longer a street boy, he became a man forged by resilience and hope. Franklin determined. I won't forget where I came from. But I won't let my past define me. Years of hard work transformed him. From a broken boy into a confident, sharp young man. Clad in a tailored suit and armed with new strength. Franklin was ready to face the world again. A chance to rise. Charles offers to sponsor Franklin to university. Franklin works and studies hard, eventually graduates top of his class in business and IT. Finally, after his graduation, Charles brought him into his company to help him with work. Franklin rises from intern to manager. He remains humble, always greeting the gatekeepers with a bow. Years passed, then came the fall of the Step Queen. Mr. Doki fell ill of stroke, then passed away. Diana, a greedy woman, took over the helm at the chief's company. But fate wasn't by her side. The company's sales dropped drastically and eventually the loans that Mr. Doki had got was hard for Diana to pay. After some months the bank came after their money. She's told she's bankrupt. All accounts frozen. Assets seized. Then Diana became a destitute, begs for food, face covered in dust and shame. One afternoon Franklin was driving through the city street. Franklin sees Diana through his car window. The woman who once detested him and cast him out of his father's house, looking so frustrated and sad. He parked beside the road and walked straight to the once flashy woman, but the world has now tossed around. Michael kneels beside Diana. And called more, Diana shamefully said. I don't know you. And I said, it's me. Michael, the boy once was an outcast. Diana. Teary, weak. Why would you help me? Michael. Because you broke me, and still couldn't stop my rise. And because mercy heals more than revenge. He lifts her up. People watch in disbelief. Diana cries, ashamed. Michael tells her, you don't owe me anything. But I owe God love. Michael gives her food, shelter, and gets her mental health treatment. He doesn't restore her luxury, but gives her dignity. She starts working in a local shelter he funds. A year later, Michael opens a foundation called the Gate of Grace, sponsoring street children. He tells his story at seminars and youth conferences. Then got engaged and he married a fellow orphan-town social worker called Anne. She was a young charming character that treated Franklin like his late mother. And they lived happily. Never forget where you came from. Even a gate can lead you to greatness. And just like that, the truth was no longer hidden. The past had spoken, the present had shifted, and the future. Well, it will never be the same again. If this story stirred something in you, hit that like button.